Hi guys, good morning everybody. Today is the 20th of August 2025, Crazy Market Talk with KEL, where logic meets profit. All right guys, today same thing again. There's lots of to share, but main thing is this: please do your money management, do it well. And of course, in the second half, we will be covering what happened last night. There's some markets that we can take a look and how can you trade with the market using the Crazii system. Okay. All right, so let's start with the fundamental as usual for the morning. Okay, let's bring it in right now. The fundamentals. Now, basically, everybody's waiting for the Jackson Hole speech, all right? And it's coming up very soon, okay? Let me just switch over. Okay, so we all know that recently the US core PCE index is moving higher, PPI going higher, inflation is coming in, and that is the very reason why Jerome Powell this time around during the Jackson Hole summit itself, right? He will be highly watched by many people because everybody want to ask the same question: will he cut interest rate? Now, it's a very factual thing that he cannot cut interest rate because that this if we cut interest rate, that will basically bring the dollar lower. When the dollar is lower itself, the buying purchasing power is lower. So that will basically increase inflation. It's a very simple logic here. Now, the thing is this: to cut interest rate for a US Federal Reserve, the reason is because the economy is doing well. Then there's no reason to have the interest rate at a high level. All right. So the thing is this: if you cut interest rate, that will create these people to go back into it to do business, right? That's a good idea. But when the stock market now is really at a very overvalued level, whereby things is getting at ridiculous high and things get expensive, then if you do the cut of interest rate itself, right, you are going to create a massive bubble. And this bubble will prick eventually. And when that all happens itself, right, things will just collapse. So that's why Jerome Powell doesn't really want to take that position to do that. Not at least during his tenure. All right. So let's see what we have for today. Yeah. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, first of all, S&P 500 closes lower as Nvidia pulls back down the tech sector. Now, I already told you guys Nvidia is a bit expensive to buy, and I tell my friends around me, don't buy. I think it's too expensive, and then now the share have came down. So the thing is this: the Nasdaq dropped by 1.4% last night because of Nvidia. Okay, so Nvidia dropped by 3.5%, Advanced Micro Devices and Broadcom dropped by 5.4% and 3.6% respectively. And of course, Palantir dropped 9%, making it the worst performer for the S&P 500. Tesla, Meta, Netflix also was under pressure. So in short itself, there was a sell-off. And the reason was because of this. Remember, I told you guys, if I do see the Bitcoin coming down in a very strong fashion, which you saw, the Nasdaq will fall. And did it really happen? So yesterday, I already warned you guys about the Nasdaq. I warned you about the Bitcoin, and I hope that you guys have profited from it. It's very important over here. Now, the US dollar index itself, we can see right now, the dollar index is trying its best to recover. Okay, you can see that it's very strongly supported at this level at 97.75, the level that I mentioned. So the thing is this: they are trying to hold up. But if the Jerome Powell is going to say that anything regards with this will actually push the dollar lower. Okay, this actually can happen. Yeah. So if Jerome Powell says no rate cut or basically give the signal no rate cut, then you're going to see this guy going up. So when this guy go up itself, right, that will give some pressure on gold price. And that's why now gold is coming off at the moment. Yeah. Now, if the dollars have to go down instead because Jerome Powell says that there will be a cut, then of course, when that happens, gold will massively rise up. So this guys, now let's take note of that. Now, I have this very strong feeling that Jerome Powell will not say anything during this Jackson Hole. I repeat, I don't think Jerome Powell will say anything during the Jackson Hole period. Why? Because the PPI data already show inflation is coming in. Now, Donald Trump, because he had his tariff back in April, that caused the market to fall, right? But after that, because of all his maneuver, the stock market, everything recovered. The problem is that he pushed the tariff from February to April and eventually to August. And in August itself, he did not hit everybody. He hit about 20 to 30 countries. So the question comes in, the impact will only be seen in September, October, and November. So that's why I feel that, okay, Jerome Powell is holding back because he don't want to become the bad boy here itself. Now, one thing to note, we can see Donald Trump continue to expand the steel and aluminum tariff to include 407 different additional product types, yeah. So basically, they are really in need of money. You can see that by announcing 50% duties on more than 400 additional kinds of product that contain aluminum or steel, that will definitely again cause issue. So car parts, plastics, specialty chemicals are all now being hit. Now, as a businessman, as Donald Trump, for him to basically do this is correct because the country needs the money. But you must understand from the consumer point of view, this money that the tariff is going to be involved will be passed down or passed on to the consumers. And when that all happens, this is going to be a big, big issue here. All right. So to me, it's all right. We will see the impact of the tariff very soon, the next 3 months. Okay. Now, NVIDIA is evaluating a variety of products after report of new AI chips for China. So NVIDIA say is evaluating a variety of products following a Reuters report that the company is developing a new AI for China that's more advanced than its current product. Wow. Okay. So Donald Trump recently suggests that he may allow NVIDIA to sell more advanced AI chip in China in exchange for the tariffs. All right, so all this thing is happening right now, very interesting. And of course, crypto last night tumbled because everybody gets away from Bitcoin. Yesterday, the Bitcoin market, let's take a look, it basically sold down pretty badly. Bitcoin yesterday dropped by this 2.92%, down by 3,395 points. Wow, that's massive, right? Okay, so I mentioned to you guys there's a very high chance that Bitcoin will come down to the moving average, which is coming down right now, and I think that it will hit about at 11,000 level. I think that's where the Bitcoin will likely find a base. So that's a KCB area. So 111,000 will be likely the target for Bitcoin. Now, one thing to note, whenever this happens, when you see the indicator smash down below the 75% region, we will see a bottoming out period very soon. So all I can say is this, well, let it come down a bit more, and then maybe after that, we can look for a buy again. You never know what can happen, yeah? So watch out for this. But one thing to note, the trend has been broken a little bit right now, so that may change a little bit over here. But still, overall, long term, I still believe in Bitcoin. Okay, so let's hold on for a while. Okay, don't buy first, yeah, wait for the queue. All right, guys, that will be the fundamental for the US markets. Let's look at the indicator right now. Just give me a minute. Just give me a short moment. I saw something moving. Okay. All right. So this is the opening price of the Dow Jones this morning at 44,966. The MLP is 44,929. So this morning there is an opening that's above the pivot one. So by right itself is a buy, right? But because now it's below OP, you cannot buy anymore. And there's something to watch out for, the DJDD signal. Now this is the doji. You can see that through a star or asterisk at the top. So this clearly tells you that the market itself right today may go into a directional mode, yeah, a directional mode. Okay, so with that, right, if the market now has break below the pivot, there is a good chance that the market will be heading towards the pivot 2, and that's 44,692. Now, one thing to note, as the market is coming down, you can see that the KSI is still green. Very interesting. So the thing is this right now, if you are selling the Dow Jones, just sell small, wait for it to move down slowly and do take profit along the way. Now, of course, if the Dow Jones recover above OP, it'll be a buy and it'll likely be going back to the high here itself, the previous day high, and that's about 45,210 level. Okay, so that is the upside and downside of the US market. So now it's being trading below the pivot one, so the highest chance of selling is going to kick in. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the next market. That's gold right now. That's moving up. Okay, so this is the gold chart. Everyone take a look. Okay, so let's look at gold. Now, gold today, the opening price, okay, so it mixed up with the MLP. Hold on, let's take this away. The opening price is 33.16, the MLP is 33.24. So the market opens basically below, all right, but the boys has been buying relentlessly. So the thing is this, if the market stays above OP, it will be a buy. I repeat, as long gold stays above OP, it will be a buy. Okay, so take note of that, yeah? Very, very important. Now, if the market stays above OP, the first target that you'll be going for will be the MLP at 33.24 level, all right? Now, the thing is this, with KSI green, I usually will root for the buy as long as the market stays above OP. This is something that you have to understand that, yeah? Very, very important. Okay, so now for traders, if you are looking to buy gold, you can have to buy some gold at the moment right now and hold a position. Okay, so I believe that the market should be able to test MLP. Now, whether can it go past MLP and go higher, we let the market decide. But I think to go up MLP is a very high chance. Yeah. Okay, so traders do watch out for that. Okay. Okay, so now the thing is this, how high can it go? The after MLP, the next target will be 3333 for the KCB. Now, downside is all right. 3306 will be the downside target if, let's say, things happen. Now, one thing to note, you must understand that it was a diamond here, and you draw the line across at the closing price, and that's why you can see when the market flip over from yellow to red below the diamond line, it's always a sell. So now you understand why with the diamond line, I have been selling gold, calling for sell the last few days to sell because of this. Now it's at the bottom, the boys are buying, we can look to buy right now. So you must understand, a few days ago, we called for sell, today we're calling for buy. So it's a different over here. So we had to go with the market, yeah? A lot of people is texting me on the site, asking me what to do for gold. I said, just buy, it's above OP. So simple as that. Okay, all right. Okay, so that is done for gold. Let's look at the next market. The next market I'm looking at will be the Hong Kong market. Okay, Hong Kong market this morning, you can see that it opens again, went down, missed the pivot 2 level and rebounded. Now, why I'm bringing Hong Kong to the picture? Because of this. There's a 4 diamond a couple of days ago, and that was where it is, right? And straight away, the next day, when the market opened up, I told my friend, be careful. If it stays below the diamond line, it's a sell. But my friend argued with me that, but Kel, your KSI is green. I say, I understand. But remember, below the diamond line, no matter what you tell me, you have to sell. So the Hang Seng market back then was at 25,800. It sold all the way down to today, 24,900. So again, this tells you a lot about system. Even though by right, everything looks good, perfect, but once a diamond line is involved, as long as below it, no matter what you tell me, it's always a sell. Okay, so please remember that below diamond line is always a sell. Now, of course, you will say, Kel, would it be better if it turns red in color? Of course, That's why on the yesterday when it turned red color, right, we double down on the sell side. But again, we ask the same question about KL. The KSI is green. So what should I do? You should just sell, but you just sell lesser than you expected, because you must understand, you must follow the boys too, right? So the boys are selling. We just have to buying itself, and we are selling. We just go slow or smaller in quantity. Okay, so that's how we do that. Yeah. Okay, so let's just look at the next market. That will be the currency market. Okay, we do Ethereum first then. Now, Ethereum this morning, when it was below OP, we called for sell, and it breaks down, broke below the MA30, so it's coming down, and the KCB is here at 40.55. Now, I think that there's a good chance for Ethereum to test 40.55 first, around here, 40.55. Once it tested that, if it stays supported because of the pivot 2, then it may rebound to go back to this MA30. Now it's now back near to there itself. Now, one thing to note, I say that's how you saw the chart, right? The Williams indicator is kind of near the low end. So I strongly believe that there will be a rebound. Maybe then after that, we may see a bit of selling again. So 38.71 will be a better level to buy for a longer term. 38.71 will be a better time to buy for a lower, sorry, for a better level to buy and keep. Okay, so let's see how it goes for today. The Bitcoin and Ethereum market, we are near the potential turning point, or we are near the bottom to go slow at the moment. Don't short anymore. Yeah, guys, don't short anymore. Okay. All right, the dollar yen has been still very, very sideways. You can see that this is where the 4 diamond was, and then you put a line across it. That's where the market is sold down. So as you can see, the market is staying below the diamond line. So that's why all these days is the market is not really moving much at all, and the boys are selling. So you can see that the market has very strong difficulty to recover. So why the dollar yen is selling? Because everybody is kind of very pessimistic of the US dollar. So that's why the boys, you can see, has been selling non-stop on it. So there's two prongs here itself. One is that once Jerome Powell has really confirmed that he's not going to cut interest rates, then of course the dollar strength will come in, that will push up the market very strongly. The dollar yen may go up all the way here itself. That's the first potential may happen. Now, if Jerome Powell decided to give in, and then decided that let the dollar slide, then of course the yen will appreciate in value. Then the selling may bring it down all the way here to 144 level. It's all possible because this consolidation itself has been quite a while. The boys have been selling non-stop, but the market still couldn't react. So by right, if it turns to green, the market will be very strong on the upside. But of course, if the fundamental give in, then the market that's holding up for so many days couldn't find a way of getting out, then the opposite may actually happen. Okay, so this one is a bit of speculative. We just let the market decide. Now for us itself, we just trade according to plan. Okay, all right, guys, that will be all for this morning's session. We're going to go into the other markets to review what happened yesterday, and we revise from there itself. So give me 2 minutes break. We'll come back shortly. Thank you.